It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the veteran, Adam Thielen. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Panthers and the Lions, and it's all up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September.
The Lions defense ready to go and in good form, coming off the shutout a week ago. And the one we'll be watching is this man, head linebacker.
And he had a great game a week ago. Just about everybody on this unit did in the shutout. It's going to be a tough performance to replicate. For this group, they believe they're up to the challenge.
A man who joined the Panthers from the NFC champs, it's Miles Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 3rd down. You talk about this Lions defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Defense back out there. They lead 7-0. Trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a 1st down. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. The Detroit defense back onto the field. They've had the upper hand so far this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this 1st down. 1st and 10, Young. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Throwing, Young. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Lions defense back out there. They're going to need to bear down a bit with this drive beginning all the way out past the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Oh, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Young. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't...
And he's going to go down again. Aiden Hutchinson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. The Detroit defense back onto the field. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Let's go.
It's Young on 1st down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw, Young. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Ready?
2nd down, Young. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Young on 3rd down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Lions defense back out there. They'll play with a lead here to begin this 3rd quarter. Looking for another solid half of football to carry them to victory.
Trouble, 38. Hey.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Hurst makes a catch, a welcome sight to the Panthers, who believe there's still growth in the 6-year tight end. Over 50 catches last season, hoping he is the field-moving tight end Carolina hasn't had since Greg Olson's prime.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional in the battle of...
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Marcus Golden picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 4th quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
The Detroit defense back onto the field. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable 3rd quarter lead as this next drive begins. 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Hey.
On 1st and 10, Young. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Ready.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Tackle made by Marcus Golden. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multi-dimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Levi Onwuzurike able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The Lions defense back out there. They've pitched the shutout here into the fourth quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Set, hut, ready.
Now a first down throw for Young. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the part of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Detroit defense back onto the field. They've got the upper hand in terms of field position as this drive starts inside the offense's 10-yard line. First down, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst.
Holding, offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Down.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Ready.
Young back near the goal line. That's a quick slant. He finds Adam Thielen. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Young. And this is going to be incomplete. Defense back out there. They'll be summoned one more time here in the final minute of this football game.
Here we go, set. Yellow, lining, check white.
A first down throw for Young. A quick throw there is incomplete.
rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Young off the play fake. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. 3rd and long for Young. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Detroit, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.